Hello, my dear students. Welcome to science class. So we are continuing with chapter number 13, Fun with Magnets. So let's see what we are going to learn today. Today we will be learning about precautions in handling magnet. That means what are the safety measures we require while handling the magnet. Then how to store magnets properly, that is storage of magnets we will be discussing. And the most important thing is that what are the uses of magnets. Okay, so let's proceed. So you have already learned that magnet has got two poles. Okay, that is North Pole and South Pole. Okay. Now, these magnets, they lost their property of magnetism if they are heated strongly, hit with a hammer or dropped from a height. So, in other words, we can say that if a magnet is heated, hammered or dropped on the floor, its magnetism, okay, that is the ability, okay, it is destroyed. It no longer it remains as a magnet, okay. So, and one thing, it is a common observation that science teachers get annoyed when the students drop magnet on the floor, especially when you will go in higher class and when you will be doing the experiments with the magnet. Okay, if somehow if you drop the magnet from your hand onto the floor, you will find that your science teacher will scold you a lot, because once it is dropped, it will lose the property of magnetism. Okay. So sometimes what happens, it gets partially lost or sometimes it gets fully lost. Okay. So all of us, okay, we should take the following precaution while handling the magnets so that they do not get damaged and retain their magnetism for a longer period. What are that? Never hit a magnet. Okay. Number two is that never hit a magnet with a hammer. Okay. Do not hit the magnet with hammer or any other hard object. Okay. Next, never drop the magnet on the floor. Okay. And the most important thing is that you should what? You should store the magnet properly. When you are not using the magnet at that time, in order to retain its property, okay, you should always store the magnet properly. Okay. So how to store magnet? Okay. Now the magnets, they tend to lose their magnetism gradually and becomes weak over a long period of time if they are not stored properly. Okay, so in order to prevent the loss of magnetism, the magnet, they should be stored properly when not in use. Okay, so how to store the bar magnet? First we will discuss. So here you see, this is a pair of a bar magnet. Here you see, this one is one bar magnet and this one is another bar magnet. Okay, this is the North Pole and South Pole, and this is the South Pole and North Pole. So how to store the bar magnet? The bar magnet, as you can see in this picture, they are always stored in a pair. Okay, and they are separated by a piece of wood. Here you see, this is the piece of wood which is separating the two bar magnet. Okay, with their unlike poles on the same side and the bars of the soft iron kept across their end. Here you see, this is the unlike pole, North Pole and South Pole. Here you see, South Pole and North Pole. In this way they are stored, okay, with unlike poles facing on the same side. Okay, and here you see one soft iron. This is the soft iron. It is being attracted by the magnet. So a soft iron at both the side, it is kept. Okay. So here you see first bar magnet. It has got North Pole on the left side. Here you see. Okay. And second bar magnet, it has got South Pole on the left side. Okay. And the soft iron bars, they are kept across the two end of the bar magnet. These are called keeper. That means this one. Okay. This is called the keeper because they keep the magnetism of the bar magnets safe. Okay, so the proper storing of bar magnet in pairs by separating them with a piece of wood and keeping soft iron bars across their opposite end, it prevents the loss of their magnetism. All right. Next comes how to store the horseshoe magnet. This one is the horseshoe magnet. Okay, same way, the way you are storing the horseshoe magnet, in the same way you can store what? You can store U-shaped magnet also. Now what is the specialty of this horseshoe magnet or U-shaped magnet? The specialty is that both the North Pole and South Pole of this magnet are on the same side. Okay, it's not like bar magnet that they are on the opposite side, but they are on the same side. Okay, so the horseshoe magnet, they are stored properly by just keeping a bar of the soft iron across their end. Here you see, this is a bar of the soft iron and they're kept across their end. Okay, and since, as I said you, that horseshoe magnet has both its pole, that is north pole and south pole on the same side. Okay, so one horseshoe magnet, it requires only one soft iron bar for its proper storage. Okay, so thus horseshoe magnets, they are stored in single but not in pair. Okay. Next we will be learning about the uses of magnet. Okay, so magnets, they're used for large number of purposes. What are the uses of magnet? The most important, I'm telling you, magnets, they're used to hold the objects. Okay, like you can say, here you see sticker. You will sometimes, you will find the stickers are there in refrigerator. Then you will find there in the walls. In the wardrobe door. Okay, refrigerator door. Then pencil box lid, this is the pencil box lid. I think all of you have seen the pencil box lid, they also contains a magnet. Okay, then pins. Okay, this is what, this is the pin holder. Okay, and pin, they're made up of with magnetic material, that is they're made up of with steel. So always you will find the pin holder. Okay, in the middle of the pin holder, it has got what, it has got a magnet. Okay, so that it can be attracted. Okay, then magnets, they are used to separate the discarded iron and steel object from other waste. Okay, like the process of magnetic separation. Then magnets, they are used for what? They are used for making compasses. And already you know that compasses, they are what? Here you see in this picture, this is what? This is a picture of a compass. This compass, it is used to what? It is used to find the direction. Okay. Then magnets, they are used in what? They are used in telephones. Here you can see a telephone. Then hair dryer. This is a hair dryer. Then doorbells. Okay, in the doorbell, basically the electromagnets are used. Mixer grinder. Okay, then you can say fans. Then washing machine, television set, tape recorders, electric motor, electric generator, and various types of toys. Okay. Then you can say magnets, they are also used in door stoppers, okay, in homes and offices in order to hold the door open. Okay, so from this discussion, what we can say that some of the common items which have magnet in them are what? Stickers which are held on refrigerator doors, steel almirahs, then doors of the refrigerator. Okay, then some pencil boxes, pin holders, and what? And door stoppers. Okay, now every day, we throw away many old and useless objects made of iron and steel along with other waste material of our household. Okay. Now, these old and discarded iron and steel objects, they can be reused by factories for making new things. Okay. Now, in this case, the magnets, they are used to separate the iron and steel object from other materials. Now, how this is done? Now, an electromagnet, okay, an electromagnet, it is fitted to the long arm of the crane by chains. Here you see, this is the electromagnet and it is fitted to what? It is fitted with in the crane, okay, in the long arm of the crane by chains. Okay. Now, this long arm of the crane, it is lowered over the heap of the material. Here you see, this is actually the heap of the material. Okay, and it is lowered. The electromagnet is being lowered over the heap of the waste material, and then electric current is passed through this magnet when it is switched on. Okay, now the old iron and steel objects present in the heap of the waste material, what happens? It gets attracted by the electromagnet. Here you see, and thus they are sticking to it. Okay, now the arm of the crane with iron and steel objects sticking to the electromagnet, it is now lifted up, and the crane, it is moved to another place where the iron and steel objects are to be dropped. Okay, now it is already being attached with the electromagnet, the old iron objects. Now when you are dropping the iron and steel objects sticking to the electromagnet, then what you have to do, the electric current passed to the electromagnet, it is switched off. Okay, remember. Now when this electric current is switched off, then what happens? The electromagnet, it loses its magnetism. That is, it no longer remains as a magnet. and hence iron and steel objects, it gets detached from it, right? Now this process, it is repeated till all the wool and iron and steel objects present in the heap of the waste materials are separated, right? Now the metal objects made up of aluminium, copper, brass, etc., they are however not attracted by the magnet, and hence they remain beside in the heap of the waste material. Okay, so this is all about your use of electromagnet and about the uses of magnet. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you everyone. Stay home, stay safe.